Greetings and salutations. Welcome to this episode of the Temporal Show, brought to you by Unimatrix 01 Productions. In today's episode, we're going to have a listen to and a look at the Temporal Defense Initiative recordings. So I'm in my new Agents of Yesterday T-Pal Trip Tucker female character, and yeah, been playing around with her. I got some new ground stuff happening there, but still working on setting that up better. Anyway, that's besides the point. Just thought I'd update you on that. Oh yeah, she's using the cool ripped TOS uniform. My graphic settings are at maximum, and we've got the new graphic system in, but I have completed the Temporal Defense Initiative reputation set, all of them, and she's got the full set for both ground now, so I've acquired the armor and also for space, so we'll have a look at that at the end. But I came here to show you how there's these really cool recordings. If you open your mission log, well, it's normally under future proof, but because I've pre-gone there, we're currently in Deep Space Nine, and so it's showing current map. It's message from another time. There's also a few message from another universe, but I haven't fully unlocked those, and I think I already did a video about the Terran Task Force recordings. But anyway, so every time with the reputation that you get one of these, you get hailed to go to Deep Space Nine and listen to recordings. So yeah, let's listen to them now, and then we'll talk about what I think about the ground and space set, which I did show a video with her 2 videos ago, her doing a mission with the full space set, but I will be also doing more. Anyway, so let's listen to those Temporal Defense Initiative recordings. Check Ops recording. Go up to Ops in Deep Space Nine and click on this button. Alright, Transmission 1, here we go.
After Action Report, November 28, 2154, Commander Narrator reporting. Today is a Terran holiday called Thanksgiving, and after today's events, I'm inclined to start celebrating it. Large, flightless bird and all.
Cool. So she is a temporal agent, and she looks like a Cardassian. Isn't that interesting? Her name's Commander Narrator.
It started when the Nakul extracted Dr. Eric Soong from prison. It seems they wanted him to devise augmentations for them. One of our agents tried to recover Soong, but wound up getting captured. I led a strike team to a compound where the Nakul were holding Soong and our agent. One of them tried to shoot Soong during the engagement. I took the hit for him. Thankfully, my shield was up to the challenge.
I see, so she saved Soong, like, as in Khan Noonien Soong, or is it Dr. Arik Soong? Is that probably the one from, Brent Spiner's character from Star Trek Enterprise, I think? The guy who, he did those augments in Enterprise, but then he goes on to start developing the positronic brain as well at the end of the episode, which becomes Data.
Ending the Soong line would have been disastrous. Starfleet would have lost its first android officer. I believe stopping that is something to be thankful for.
Indeed. Although there's, is he really the first android officer when there's an android in the Kelvin timeline in the 23rd century? But actually, even, you know what? I always wondered about that. What about that in Star Trek The Motion Picture, that wasn't there an android woman in that as well, who's basically just like 0718 from the Kelvin timeline as well, except she was a female and he's a male. And also there was Star Trek the original series episodes with androids, but they weren't made by humans. They were made by some other alien race that looked like us. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know if Data's really the first android, but anyway, they did say that throughout the Next Generation, but it didn't really always completely make sense anyway, because even in the Prime timeline. But I digress. Let's move on to the next one. Transmission 2.
After Action Report Stardate 9528.1, Commander Narrator reporting. There are days where the duties of my chosen profession are almost too much to bear. My assignment took me to the 23rd century and my homeworld, Cardassia Prime. posing as an agent of the Obsidian Order was repugnant, but it provided access to the resources I needed to succeed.
Okay.
A group of Nakul, working with local revolutionaries, was planning to detonate a photon bomb in a marketplace. I exposed their operation to the Order. Their response was predictably swift and final. Had the Nakul succeeded, they would have started a chain of events leading to the founding of a Cardassian democracy in 2313. They would have also claimed the life of a 5-year-old boy named Prokal Dukat.
Oh, so she had to ensure that the whole Deep Space Nine timeline happened. And, Cardassian occupation of Asia and all that, even though, it's a bad thing. Being a temporal agent doesn't mean you can change things for the better.
I have ensured the birth of Prokal's infamous son and preserved the timeline. I have done my duty, but take no pride in doing so.
Indeed. Alright, transmission 3.
After action report stardate 55781.09, Commander Narrator reporting. If I never see Polaris 3 again, I shall die a happy woman. Duty took me to that miserable sandpit today. Nakul, posing as Remans, had come to recover the buried pieces of a Soon-type android, designation B4.
Star Trek Nemesis reference.
We intercepted the Nakul and secured all of the android's components. They planned on programming B4 to cause a warp core breach on the Enterprise while it orbited Romulus. Thankfully, we stopped them.
Okay, cool. That's good.
Unfortunately, we didn't stop them before they dug up the android components. As a result, my team and I had to bury them again so Picard and his people could find them. I may never get all the sand out of my combat armor.
I love that part of Nemesis. It's really cool. And they drive around in the Argus, or whatever it's called. Well, they've got that little dune buggy thing. Okay, transmission 4.
After action report stardate 46853.5, Commander Narrator reporting. I just enjoyed an interesting visit to Terok Nor, or rather Deep Space Nine. Our intel suggested that the Nakul were going to assassinate Cisco, and in a most unusual fashion, death by holosuite.
Oh, yes, I remember those holosuite episodes.
I managed to gain access to the station's holosuite network, but I saw no signs of tampering or any scheduled appointments for Benjamin Sisko. Jake Sisko, on the other hand, was in a session. I hacked the suite and stopped a holographic baseball pitcher from throwing a 300-mile-an-hour fastball into Sisko the Younger's skull.
Oh, God. Yeah, I remember those episodes with the fastball, basketball. What was it? Not basketball. What's it called? Anyway, that sport. Baseball. Yeah, he was obsessed with baseball, wasn't he?
I then tracked the assassin to a storage area. As I prepared to enter, the door opened, and a Taylor Garrick walked out. He tapped his nose and smiled as he passed. Inside, I found the corpse of the lone Nakul agent. As I said, an interesting visit.
Yeah, cool. Okay, and now the last one, I think.
After action report, stardate 49427, Commander Narrator reporting. Death has tried to claim me in many ways. Today's attempt was particularly novel. Command sent me to deal with a plot to destroy the USS Voyager. The Nakul intended to program an automated Cardassian warship to attack Voyager once it came into range.
I remember that warship probe. I think it was called Warhead or something, the episode. I just watched it recently because I've been rewatching Voyager again on Netflix. Yeah.
They didn't plan on it considering them enemies, however. It killed the Nakul, and when I arrived, it tried to kill me too. It seems that this dreadnought had been reprogrammed with a vigorous dislike of Cardassians.
No, that's right. The episode was called Dreadnought, and it was reprogrammed by B'Elanna Torres. She was a Marquis, and it was actually programmed to go, kill some Cardassian planet or something.
I managed to escape, although leaving it there for Voyager to deal with was difficult. I greatly dislike being shot at, especially by an idiotic robot starship.
Funny. There you go. So they're pretty cool. This was also the place you go to get the Terran task force.
Personal log, Admiral Lita. So little time. When I was merely a captain serving on occupied Bajor, I had no choice but to rely on seduction and misdirection. All my years working for the Terran Rebellion, and my Bajoran roots were still thrown in my face. Captain Lita, nothing more than a figurehead to placate the Bajorans. Resented by my crew and dismissed by the Admiralty. Then, the Orb of Possibilities was returned, and it showed me the way. Now, all possibilities are ahead of me. The orb showed me the Coast-Emogen. Maybe the prophets were trying to warn me. The Coast-Emogen showed me a hint of power. The Pa Wraiths burned away weakness, burned away age, burned away mortality. The future would be mine if I could just grasp it. Admiral, Fleet Admiral, perhaps more. Now, travelers have come from the future, back in time to give us weapons to destroy the Iconians. Travelers who already know my plans and my fate. I don't trust them, but...
Yeah, that's cool. I don't know if I should really listen to all these, but well.
Personal log,
They go for a while.
Admiral Lita. Our temporal visitors have given us quite a few gifts. At first, my engineers were pessimistic about understanding future technology. A few trips to the Agony booth have cured them of their misgivings. Our benefactors have come from our far future to ensure that their world comes to pass. For that to happen, we must defeat the Iconians, and our descendants have given us the weapons to do so. Of course, as Admiral in command of the fleet's flagship, I must insist on the first set of upgrades. Once the Enterprise has the power to dominate the fleet, I can give new weapons to my subordinates, but only to those who prove their loyalty.
So temporal agents from her parallel universe went back in time, and they don't follow the Temple Prime Directive, though. Really, they do what they want. That's an interesting point there. Out of the two different reputation recordings, I don't have all four. Only 3 of them are recorded. I don't have all 5. So oh well.
Personal log, Admiral Lita. The infighting in the fleet has been fierce. Many captains are rushing to declare their allegiance to me, and just as many are standing firm in their professions of loyalty to the Emperor. Of course, the fools who fight against me don't have access to my futuristic weapons. It will only be a short time now before my command is cemented. After that, I will take this war to the Iconians and eliminate them. Once the Iconians are destroyed, I can turn my attention to other matters. After all, Empress Hoshi gained her station with technology from the future. Or perhaps I can carve out a new empire of my own.
Yeah, so it all cross-links together also with the mirror episode from Star Trek Enterprise. The Empress Hoshi at the end, how she takes control. It was really, well, she's just Hoshi, but so she's saying that she becomes the Empress. That's pretty cool.
How can I help you?
Oh, okay, that's the Deep Space Nine missions. Anyway, let's take a look at the ground set that I have on this character, which is the Temporal Defense Initiative Adaptive Combat Armor. You can see that gives 60. It's not upgraded, by the way. I'm still only on Mark 12. She's very low level. Haven't had enough time in dilithium and stuff to be able to upgrade all her gear yet. Anyhow, so that looks like a really good ground combat armor. You get physical damage resistance, kinetic damage resistance, all energy damage, toxic damage, radiation damage, fire damage, cold resistance, maximum hit points, willpower, or damage over time, hazard debuffs. So that's the ground thing. With the personal shield, you get armor expert, maximum shield capacity that's quite high, knockback nearby foe damage, reduce all energy damage to shields by 15%, and also on the weapon That's pretty cool too. Anti-proton damage type, and you get a special button here. So it says for the set bonuses, you get 13% anti-proton damage and anti-proton damage resistance, and you get a button called Temporal Stasis. Targets foes up to 4, 30 meter range, 6.1 meter sphere, physical damage every 1 second for 5 seconds. So this is the button down here. It's not lit up right now because we're not in the combat area. But yeah, you get an extra ground button with that ground set. So she's pretty cool now, even though she's only a low level character. You know, my lowest of all my characters. And now she has also the full space set, Temporal Defense Initiative Deflector Array, which I upgraded, the impulse engines, the warp core. You get trajectory jump as the button for that one. So yeah, because of that, and because she's a tactical officer, I'm also using regenerative integrity field. Try to keep her alive. Temporal Defense Initiative Regenerative Shield Array, and with this you also get a really cool button when you're in space, which is Temporal Fracture, which really helps to kill things quickly. The 2 set bonus, there's a 1 set, 2 set, 4 set bonus. Yeah, so you get predictive decay algorithms, all damage it over time. Hazard. You get timeline expertise using engineer team, science team, or tactical team gives you Starship control and Starship drain expertise. And Temporal Fracture button is cool. 10 kilometer range, targets up to 4 foes, physical damage every 1 second, shield 100% shield penetration holds target. Yeah, so that's pretty good. And the ship's coming along. That's what the visuals look like on that too. Now I've got a little bit of time left to make this video a little bit longer, so I can't show you a ground thing right now. It would be embarrassing because I need to heal her injuries and I haven't got the things to do it, and I can't be bothered running off to the med bay. So I was doing ground and I was in elite and got killed too many times because she's not fully upgraded yet. So we'll do some space anyway, something nice and quick. Oh, Q for Federation Fleet Alert is a better demonstration than Crystalline Entity. So we'll just demonstrate Federation Fleet Alert now with the full Temporal Defense space set. And of course you can see her in action on the last 2016 run through, and I'll be doing more of the 2016 Federation run through with this character, as also 2 other characters that I have. But it's good to know that I finally got this one up there with her space set and ground set matching, both being Temporal Defense. I'm also using the Temporal Defense ground set on the other Agents of Yesterday character called Guy. I really like the weapon. It gives you like 3 firing phases. You get an extra a 3rd one that happens every once in a while. Yeah, so they just brought this back. This was gone for 2 days. By the way, there's seems to be a bug where all the red alerts are not working in the game. Geez, I hope they bring that back. I missed the red alerts. There's a bug with the new graphics system where things sometimes look too bright. Obviously we're experiencing that here. In some maps everything's too bright, in some maps things are too dark. And they're saying that's one of the known bugs. 3, 2, 1, go. Normally I'd press escape here. Red alert, all hands to battle stations. Who's the enemy? I didn't notice. I didn't even get to shoot it because everybody else pressed escape before me and started shooting them. So that's the button, I think. Yeah, temporal threading. Oh, too bad I didn't get to shoot anything because I was letting the cutscene play. And trajectory jump helps you get places quicker. Also give you some sort of defensive bonus after you do a jump. Oh, too loud. Yeah, I just used the temporal threading button. And as you can see, I've also got Kingsight laced weaponry on her too now. So that's good, isn't it? She's getting good for the DPS. And she got hand-me-down weapons from other characters which are already gold epic. Oh, that hurt my shield very quickly. Looks like I need to fire at will here to get out of those. Oh, that's the Tholians, right? Use the anti-time entanglement. Now I just use the button, which is the special trait, Starship reputation trait that you get with the reputation that we're talking about in this mission 2. So this is a good way for me to demonstrate all the different temporal stuff, except for the ground stuff, which you have to watch another video for where I'm doing that. Won't be in today's video. Anyway. And I'm using the Paladin class Temporal Battlecruiser, which I got in previous videos. I've done a Starship review of it, you can watch as well, and has been demonstrated in heaps of videos. I've noticed upgrades are dropping a lot for loot lately, so that's like a change they must have made. So if you're one of those people who doesn't ever pick up loot, I have to suggest that you might, well, fine, don't pick it up, give it to me, but it's probably in your best interest to start picking that stuff up, since lots of upgrades. Also, oh, there's the temporal fracture. Did I press it? Oh, temporal threading. That's right, because I've got the weapon set as well as the equipment set, you know, so I've got 2 temporal buttons with this ship, which are part of the temporal reputation set. Isn't that cool? So also it's the temporal fracture. That's the one from the temporal defense initiative space set, and then the other one, temporal threading. That's the one from the weapon set, as you can see there, the Quanton Energy Torpedo. I've got all those things activated. I just used pin sight button, and as you can see I killed someone very quick, and that graphic looked really cool, didn't it? Yes it did. Let's see if I can get over to those Tholians in time to shoot them. Looks like I'm in a PvE with a lot of high up characters. I've noticed with the new graphics system that it doesn't like you switching around between like low and high settings often while you're in a session. It seems to work best if you just leave it on high all the time or leave it on low all the time. Sometimes if you try to, like if you're in the middle of a battle and you try to upgrade your graphics settings, it'll spaz out. Has anyone else noticed that? So there's definitely bugs with the new graphics system. Like as you can see, look at the starbase, it's just a big white glow. You can't even see it. Ah, we get some extra ships to shoot at the end, isn't that nice? Terran science vessel from the Mirror Universe. How come the Mirror Universe people always defend the Tholians? Okay, there's that. So that's that for that. That was cool. Demonstration. Unfortunately, yeah, everything was too bright. Looked a bit bad. I do have my graphics settings on maximum. Maybe when I logged in it wasn't on maximum and I turned it up, so I don't know if that's the reason that's caused it. But anyway, as you can see, this is Ops in Deep Space Nine. It's looking pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah, it is. And this is being recorded after the second patch for the new system. So they fixed a few of the bugs, but not all of them. As I said, we're still missing like red alerts. I haven't noticed them come up again today, and I thought they were fixing that, but they just... We've had so many new bugs with the new system, like the Federation Fleet Alert I just did, but that went missing for 2 days. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video from the Team of Borg show, brought to you by Unimatrix 01 Productions, about the Temporal Defense Initiative, reputation, audio unlocks, and also the ground and space set, talking about them and how cool they are, and a little quick demonstration of the space set. Yeah, so I'll get back to doing 2016 Federation tutorial run-throughs with this character soon, so you'll get to see more of it for sure. Is that Captain Sean? Captain Gareth looks the same, doesn't he? A bit different, no, older, okay. Anyway, yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe for more, stay tuned for more, share with your friends and all that kind of stuff. Live long and prosper, Joel and true, you'll be assimilated, resistance is futile. Alright, till next time.